Welcome back to another deck profile, Tamers. In today's video we have a top 16 regional deck profile in the form of Megidramon. This is a profile that was used by a friend of mine named Shane over the weekend during those French regionals, and he's kindly allowed me to showcase this on his behalf, of which a huge thank you to Shane for that. So we're going to dive straight in, and the results will be posted at the end of this video. So beginning as always with our Digi-Eggs. In this case, the only 4 eggs being run in this deck is the promotional card of Digimon. Its inherited effects an on deletion effect only. You may return 1 card with Growlmon or Gallantmon in its name from your trash to the hand. It's a good recycle card, especially with the new level 6 Megidramon which you just saw. But this is essentially the primary egg for this deck. Next up, we have our first set of rookies. We've got the EX4 Gilmon. Its on-play effect is if the total number of cards in both players' trash totals 20 or more, this Digimon gains Rush for the turn. It's a very good card just generally, and with this deck essentially prioritising trashing cards and milling from both players' decks, getting to 20 is going to be reasonably easy to achieve. So the next 4 off that we have is Gilmon from BT21. Its on-play effect is by trashing 1 card with either Gilmon, Growlmon, Gallantmon or Megidramon in its name, or the hero trait from your hand. You can draw 2 cards, and its on-deletion effect, inherited effect rather, is gain 1 memory. Essentially, as you'll be seeing the level 6s shortly, you'll understand why both effects are very good for this deck. To finish off our sets of rookies, we then have Gilmon X Antibody from EX8. It has both an on-play and when digivolving, but you reveal the top 3 cards of your deck and you add 1 card with Growlmon or Gallantmon in its name and 1 X Antibody among them to the hand. Return the rest to the bottom of the deck. The inherited effects are your turn once per turn, but when any of your opponent's Digimon are deleted, you gain 1 memory. And as always, the X Antibody version of these rookie level cards will digivolve for 0 over the top of the regular versions. So next up we have our champions. Here is our first set. This is Growlmon from BT21. It's on play and when digivolving effect is delete 1 of your opponent's Digimon with 4000 EP or less. If this effect didn't delete, then you trash the top 2 cards of your deck. Its inherited effect is an on-deletion effect and it's gain 1 memory. Quite a bog standard 4 off for this deck, especially for the mill effect. Next up we have just 1 of Growlmon from EX3. When digivolving, delete 1 of your opponent's Digimon with 3000 DP or less. If no Digimon was deleted by this effect, then both players trash the top 2 cards of their deck. Its inherited effects when attacking once per turn. You may delete 1 of your other Digimon to have this Digimon gain security attack +1 for the turn. Which is, the main effect for this card is strikingly similar to the last Growlmon I just showed you. But yeah, it's just a 1-of in this. The last set of champions in this deck is Growlmon X Antibody from EX8. When digivolving, you draw 1 card and then you trash 1 card from your hand. Then if you have Growlmon or X Antibody in its sources, until the end of the opponent's turn, this Digimon gains on deletion. You may play 1 card with Gilmon in the name from your trash without paying the cost. Its inherited effect on this occasion is your turn once per turn. When any of your opponent's Digimon are deleted, you gain 1 memory. Right, so moving on to our level 5s. So War Growlmon from BT21 has an on-play and when digivolving effect. Trash the top 2 cards of your deck, then this Digimon gains Raid and Retaliation until the end of your opponent's turn. When attacking once per turn, this Digimon may digivolve into either a Megidramon or Chaos Gallantmon in name from your hand. And then for every 10 total cards in both players' trashes, it reduces that Digivolution cost by 1. Its inherited on-deletion effect is that you trash your opponent's top security card. The last 2 level 5s of the deck is War Growlmon X Antibody from EX8. It's when digivolving effects until the end of your opponent's turn. It cannot be returned to hand or decks, and it gets an additional 3000 EP. Then if it has either War Growlmon or X Antibody in its sources, you delete 1 of your opponent's Digimon with 10,000 or less DP. And its inherited effect is just a standard security attack +1, which goes very nicely for the level 6s in this deck, which we're now going to move on to. Moving on to our level 6s then. So we are starting with BT13 Gallantmon, which is just a one-off. Comes with Rush. On play, when Digivolving and when attacking are all the same effect, but delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 6,000 DP or less. If no Digimon was deleted by this effect, then you delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 13,000 DP or more. So, very similarly, it reduces by its play cost of 2 for every 5 cards in any player's trash. The next Gallantmon is the new promotional card, which very similarly has the same reduced play cost effect. It comes with Rush and Blocker. Its on play and when Digivolving effect are exactly the same, but you delete one Digimon with 13,000 DP or more. If the effect didn't delete anything, then you recover +1. The only difference in terms of reducing its play cost with this one is if there is a Digimon with 13,000 DP or more, then you can do the reduction. But yeah. Moving on to the boss level Digimon of the deck, Megidramon, BT21. It comes with security attack +1. Its end of attack once per turn, you delete all Digimon. You essentially nuke the board. On deletion, you may play one play cost 3 or lower Digimon card with Guilmon or Groundmon in its name from your trash without paying the cost. But for every 10 total cards in both players' trashes, you can add 2 to this effect's play cost maximum. So towards late game especially, you'll be playing out some very big bodies. So next up we have our Tamer cards. We're only running 4 of in this deck, which is Analog Youth EX1. It's on players. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You add 1 Digimon card among them to your hand, and then you trash the remaining cards. Its all turns effect is when one of your level 5 or higher Digimon with Digivolution cards is deleted, you may suspend this Tamer. If you do gain 1 memory, then you hatch 1 Digi-Egg card to an empty space in your breeding area. Security effect wise, like all other Tamer cards, it just allows you to play this card. So, in regards to option cards then, so Shane has opted to run 2 Gravity Crushes and 1 Jack Raid. Well, the Jack Raid's restricted, so it was always going to be 1, but the Gravity Crush main effect is that you gain 2 memory, and then at the end of the turn, you lose 2 memory. It's the only option card in this deck that does not have a security effect, but that will be because it's from BT1, which is the oldest set in this game. And we're now currently 21 main sets and 8 expansion sets into the game over the last few years. Jack Raid, however, similarly costing 0 to play. It's for every 10 cards in your trash you gain 1 memory. Security effect is gain 2 memory, much like the Hammer Spark structure card from the original second deck, I believe it was. But yeah, we've got these 3 cards are good for just utilising memory as part of this deck. Next up, Shane's opted to run 2 of the Missed Memory Boost from BT8. Costs you 3 to play. Its main effect is that you trash the top 2 cards of the deck and then you draw 1 card. And then much like all the other Memory Boost cards out there, the second main effect rather has a delay effect of gaining 2 memory. Its security effect on this occasion is that you simply place this in the battle area. Moving on to the next 2 of is the BT21 card, the Digimon I designed. Its main effect is draw 1 and then trash 1 card from your hand, then you may place this card in the battle area. Its your turn effect is when an effect deletes Digimon you can activate delay. One of your Digimon with Guilmon or Groundmon in its name may Digivolve into a Digimon card with Groundmon, Gallantmon or Megidramon in its name from the trash without paying the cost. Security wise, it gains 1 memory, then you can place this card in the battle area. Moving on to a full playset of Offense Training from the promotional line. Its main effect is that you reveal the top 2 cards of the deck and you can add 1 red card among them to your hand. You return the remaining cards to the bottom of the deck in any order, then you place this card in the battle area. Its second main effect is a delay effect only, but when you would Digivolve into a red Digimon card, you can reduce that cost by 2 using this option card's effect. Security wise, you just place in the battle area. 2 of Red Scramble. The main effect is that one of your red Digimon cards may Digivolve into another red Digimon card with that Digivolution cost reduced by 3, then you place this card in the battle area. Start of your turn, if your opponent has a Digimon, you activate delay. Return 1 red Digimon card from your trash to the top of the deck, then you can play a red Digimon card from your trash with a cost of 2,000 DP or less from your trash without paying the cost. Similarly, the security effect does the same. The last card of the deck is Calling from the Darkness, which is BT7. It's a 1 cost to play. The main effect is delete one of your Digimon, then return up to 2 purple Digimon cards from your trash to your hand. Its security effect is add this card to its owner's hand. This card just goes very nicely with a majority of this deck, especially for the on deletion purposes. We're playing out Digimon, gaining memory and so on. So yeah, it's definitely a nice touch to add here. So the matchups for day 1 are now listed on the screen. You'll see that Shane had to undergo 8 rounds. He won 7, only lost to 1, which was round 4's Royal Knights. And from what's been described to me, it sounded like a bricky situation, which unfortunately cannot be controlled. But a solid effort to finish 3rd on day 1 and then compete in the top 16 on day 2. So a huge well done to Shane on that result. You'll see in a second that the deck profile is now on the screen, which Shane has been more than open to sharing with people. Feel free to use this as some form of guide to building your own decks. But as always, a huge thank you for Shane for letting me showcase this on his behalf. If you are watching this, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below about your thoughts on this profile, and I'm sure Shane will be intrigued to see or hear what you all think. But thank you and take care.